Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Eric here from Guns. Today I'm talking about the big beautiful bill that doesn't give me the warm fuzzies as a gun owner. I'll show you a couple videos from Jared over at Guns and Gadgets, and then the AFA with the Door Brothers. And then I'll bring you my buddy there from Sawtooth Tactical that kind of sums up what I feel. Stay tuned.
You've probably seen them online, aggressive and bold, claiming to be the only true defenders of your gun rights. But behind the scenes, it might just be one of the most questionable fundraising schemes in the 2A movement. Now, recently, they claimed that Gun Owners of America, Second Amendment Foundation, Firearms Policy Coalition, and the National Rifle Association made a backroom deal with Senate Majority Leader Thune to remove the full versions of the Hearing Protection Act and the full version of the Short Act. Now, essentially, the Door Brothers claim that these groups were okay with the National Firearms Act tax being removed and having the unconstitutional registration scheme remain. That's complete horseshit.
Really quickly, that we've been making the case that when GOA and of course FPC, SAF, and the NRA signed that letter to Senate Majority Leader John Thune on June 27th, that they were not going to demand full deregulation of SBRs, SBSs, and suppressors, but instead we're fine with simply zeroing out the tax on NFA items. And I should have had that letter up here ready to go. Maybe I can pop that up here in just a couple of minutes. But by them signing that letter on June 27th, that was the green light for John Thune to uphold the ruling of the unelected Harry Reid, Democrat-hired Senate parliamentarian to do exactly that. But they started tweeting and emailing on the 29th that they were fighting to keep SBRs, SBSs, and suppressors deregulation in the Senate reconciliation bill. So he's already kind of twisting things here a little bit by not acknowledging the sequence of events from the outset of this fight. I hope that was pretty clear. Read it for themselves.
When he says it's complete horse, this is what we're talking about right here. It's the third paragraph. This is NRA, this is GOA, this is everybody else on the top of this press release here. Days before the parliamentarian did the dreaded deal, they said right there in the third paragraph that they'd be content, well-established precedent to lower the NFA's unconstitutional excise tax and suppressors to $0. And once you make that play, once you go there and tell John Thune, we're okay with this, we'll accept this. Well, I mean, John Thune is like, yeah, baby, because he's got exactly what he needs. All these gun organizations.
I kind of felt disappointed that Jared wasn't being 100% honest. When you watch both videos side by side, you'll see the Dorn brothers' rebuttal. And they basically, what Jared's talking about horseshit, was a letter that this coalition sent to Senate Majority Leader Thorne. So it's technically not horseshit. It was a real letter. It's what they sent. They displayed it several times. I'll put it up here so you guys can see it. And you decide. So I kind of agree with them. I think that coalition gets more revenue from lawsuits than they do from fighting congressionally and getting a win congressionally. I still want to support them. I'm not pleased and not happy with the outcome of that letter that I saw, and neither should you, gun owners. I mean, that was, like they said, waving the white flag. Hey, okay, we'll quit fighting you if you at least zero the tax. What did they do right after that bill got signed on July 4th? GOA introduced a lawsuit suing over the registry part of that. I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather see congressional wins than lawsuit wins. If we can get these groups like GOA, non-compromise, we can get them to say what they mean and be non-compromising and not send a letter to the congressional Senate leader and saying, hey, we're not happy, but we'll accept a zero tax on NFA items. That's not what the registration was for. We should have fought that. They should have fought that. They take our money to, just our cause. They should have just our cause. None of us want to continue to send more money to fight this in court. But that sounds like the business practice of them. I think a lot of them are lawyers. So that's, how they get paid is to be in litigation. I'm going to play a clip in here from Sawtooth Tactical where he talks about the big, beautiful bill, and then he puts in bait and switch. He's right on the money. You guys watch a little bit of this. If you can, check his channel out as well. Check out the AFA, the Door Brothers. There's a lot of good content on there too, guys. Let's watch a little bit of Sawtooth Tactical.
It's been a week since the one big, beautiful bill passed and was signed into law by Donald Trump. And I did make a video last week saying that, that this was a win, a $0 tax stamp being better, obviously, than paying $200 for a tax stamp. And I do believe that. But at the same time, I can also recognize that we did get screwed. Two things can be true at once. And you know what? They were planning to screw us all along. I'm calling this the big, beautiful bait and switch because that's what it was from the beginning. I'm pretty much sure of that. Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical.
Big, beautiful bait and switch. He nailed it. We got duped, guys. You have a great week. Love ya. Peace out.